Hi everyone, I'm Louisa from Pundi AI, and I'm here with IONET team for a quick interview during TOKEN2049. So to start off, I wanted to ask you what makes IONET different from other platforms offering GPU resources for AI and machine learning?
I think there are many things which makes us very different than a lot of other players, both in crypto and especially in deep inside of things. Technically, and how we built actually company, way we built the company also. For example, you'll see a lot of deep in players, they have smart contracts, they have some products, but the actual inventory which they're selling, which is GPUs, they're centralized. They themselves own it. And which basically becomes a bottleneck in itself. For example, let's say we both are doing a business together. Uh, you take my GPUs, let's say in Canada, and tomorrow you want to scale up your business in Singapore. If I own the inventory and give it to you, and I don't have an inventory in Singapore, I can't scale. That's not a scalable model, right? And that's what of the other deep in platforms are doing in the space, right? Since the time we are doing it from past 1.5 years, some players have adapted to this methodology because they've seen our success. But that's one thing which makes us different, right? We basically built it ground up properly in a decentralized fashion. We take inventory from software companies, secondary data centers, and users. We build the tech for it, and then we build our products on top of that, right? That's one. The second way we are very different is, I think we are very different than the crypto industry itself, is that you'll see in crypto people selling the dream, but the projects will be in the DevNet phase for years, sometimes multiple years. We built it in a very different philosophy. We built it in a old school fashion. We created the product in 6 months. We took it to the market immediately, took the good and bad feedback. Where there was a bad feedback, we took it in the chin, improved the product, and where we were doing good, we doubled down. And within 6 months, we had a very matured product. So in the span of a year itself, we had a matured product. And in the last 5 months, we started focusing on the business side of things. And we're very proud to say as a business that we are one of the sub part of the crypto industry where traction is not in terms of number of retweets, but the traction is in terms of number of users, number of revenue in terms of dollars we are making. So we have that traction on ground, like be it the dollars, be it the GPUs, be it the compute. So we're very different in this regards overall. And within 1.5 years, we have proven that in crypto, if you do things in the right fashion, if you have the right people, and you do the things technically also right, I think there are genuine businesses which can be built.
Yeah, good to see businesses that actually show up with actual palpable results.
Yep.
And not only retweets, like you said. Amazing. So moving next, how can smaller AI startups or individual developers benefit from using IONET services?
Many facets they can get help. So let me give you a practical example, because I've been a builder from last 20 plus years. If you're an AI company and you're building like generative AI products and in that regards, and let's say you are lucky, and they're very selective or lucky, meaning you have a funding, you will see more than 50% of your funding, sometimes even 70%, goes in just paying for the compute. And the centralized players charge 70% more money than they should, right? Because they have that power. So imagine you're a company who's funded $20 million. Just 10 million out of that is going in compute. Now imagine we are 70% cheaper in IO. You save $7 million. Imagine that $7 million, what all you can do. You can basically hire more engineers, you can hire more data scientists, you can try out new ideas, more ideas, right? Trying out more ideas means you have a higher probability of winning. You have a longer runway. And that's exactly what a builder of today is expecting. That's something which we do, right? We were lucky. God bless us in a good way. We had a good success in a very early phase of the company. So we wanted to give back to the community also. And what we did was that from a huge $1 billion inventory, we took out some inventory and we gave it back to the community. And we gave it back to the community in a way where it's easy to use. So what did we do? We created a product known as IO Intelligence, where all these top popular models like DeepSeek, Llama, Q, we brought all these models, deployed on our inventory, and we gave it to the builders for free, right? So today, all these models which are there, right? We basically give 1 million token usage for these models for free on a daily basis, right? So you have like literally 40 models already live today, the 40 million tokens which you can use today. Like even a centralized players, when you pay for that, you'll not get that. So we gave it back. And as they say in the world that no good deed goes to waste, we gave it back to the community, and now we are seeing that people wanted to basically pay for it and scale above this 1 million. So we have multiple, like almost like three, within last 7 weeks of the launch, we have people who are ready to pay, and they are paying to use this platform. And we have more than 4,000 builders who are using this platform. So I think we're luckily in a place in deepened space where we have a product which the world needs. And the only thing we have to do is not to play a hype game, but to build boring products, which, to be honest, these Web2 players have built in the last 10 years and build it in-house so that the migration of these people becomes seamless to our platform. And if we do that, that's more than enough to basically bring real dollars in billions to this industry. And that's what we've been doing. We are doing the real stuff which enables the builders to build rather than running up hype stuff. And that's why you see the numbers which are there.
Wow, that's huge. All right, so next one. How do you see the future of AI and decentralized computing evolving together?
I think this is the future. I've been a builder, as I said, in the last 20 years. And I think other than me also, if you ask any builder that you have two particular products you can use. Let's say out of 100, there's one product which performs 90, but it's closed source. And there's one product which is 80 out of 100, but it's open source. You can see how it works. You can change it. And you ask a builder what you will use. I can bet you more than 90% will say that with the open source ones. Because they know how it works. They know what biases are in these products, and they can make it better. They can contribute to it. And in short, what does the whole crypto and Web3 ethos comes in? The openness, the trustfulness, right? And working as a community together to build. And I think these are the fundamentals which, like historically, to be honest, the Web2 companies have been doing, right? I used to work in HP R&D, where I was in HP operating system division. And once the Linux operating systems, the open source, started becoming popular, it ate into this business, right? Because there were so many builders who wanted to improve their skill set, who wanted to bring better things to the community. And they started going to Linux, this open source operating system, and started contributing. And in a matter of no time, Linux at one point in time became much better, these big enterprise operating systems. And that's exactly we will see in crypto also in the future, that once these Web2 players realize what crypto has to offer, what tokenomics have to offer, which this openness has to offer, I think there are a bunch of Web2 players and builders will jump in. And we're already seeing that. We are in TOKEN2049. There's so many new builders which have come into the industry, and this is just the beginning. Like, it's just the beginning of this hockey stick growth. So I think the future is there. We have products like ours which are real. And I think once people see that there is a business to be made, real dollars to be made, doing the way things have been done in the old school way of things, I think a lot of other builders will be motivated. And once that culture starts to creep in, I think it's just the beginning for the exponential growth of industry.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And just to wrap it up, how do you and IronNet are feeling to being part of such an incredible event like TOKEN2049?
It's phenomenal. Like every event I go, I'm surprised the last one, and the next one I'm even more surprised. Because you meet these brilliant minds, like the way they think about the problem is very different. Like it's very, very different. There's very innovative ways of solving problems. And I think these guys have a lot of energy. To be honest, they have a lot of tool access, which we never had in the past. And when these best of the minds have this access to these new tools, which AI gives, I think the future is very bright. I was just giving an example to somebody like 5-10 minutes back that historically, when you used to make billion-dollar businesses in 1900s, you need to have hundreds of thousands of employees. You need to have these big supply chains. You need to have deep pockets, and then you made a billion-dollar business. And in 2000s, with the help of internet and this global supply chain and all this new technology which came in, you could make a billion-dollar business in just 2,000 employees or so. But now, with the help of AI and adoption to AI, you can literally build a billion-dollar business in less than 100 people, and in many cases, less than 10 people. So if you have these brilliant minds, AI and these tools, the future is extremely bright.
Absolutely. The energy here is buzzing. It's incredible to see such an amazing company being part of it. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Have a good one. Bye.